Okay, systems of inequalities. Again, 4 templates. It's not going to take long to do this. And you're doing the whole thing by graphing. So the first thing I'm going to do is get y alone by adding x squared. And part 1, y needs to be greater than or equal to x squared. You know that x squared is a parabola. And you know it needs to be a solid parabola. Less than and greater than are dotted lines. And less than equal to and greater than or equal to are, solid, sorry. And then y needs to be greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to would be up in here, you would shade for your final answer. So that's part 1. Next problem. We have not just one equation, we have 3 equations to graph. I'm going to come over here and get y alone first. So y needs to be greater than or equal to 4 minus 2x. So this one is the circle. So I'm going to graph this one, and this one, all on the same graph. You might want to use a different color. The first one I'm going to do in black, so I'm going to put my first dot at 1. I'm going to go up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1. And it needs to be a solid line because of the greater than or equal to. If you're greater than or equal to, you shade this side of the line. You can put a point in there to check to see which side to shade. The next one, I'm going to use red, and this is a horizontal line at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's a dotted horizontal line. And y needs to be less than 8, which means below the dotted line. And then, the last one, I'm going to use green. Hopefully this shows up. Put my first dot at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. And I'm going to go down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1. And it needs to be a solid line because it says, whoops, I missed a little bit. Greater than or equal to, which means this side of the line. The answer to this problem is where the green, the red, and the black all intersect with each other, which is right in here is the answer to the problem. One more. We have 2 more examples. This is from Chapter 3, Section 2. You can recognize that this makes a circle at 0, 0 with a radius of 1. And it's a dotted line, or a dotted circle, I mean. And y needs to be greater than that. So you're shading outside of this circle. It's greater than. And the other one also is a circle at 0, 0 with a radius of 2 though. And it's also a dotted line. And that's shaded less than. So the part that's shaded kind of looks like a wheel. Or a wreath. And the last problem of these notes, they give you the graphs. You have to write the inequalities. So I'll do the first one. The first one's going to be the black line. And the black line intersects the y-intercept at a -3. The slope is up 3 and over 2, so it's 3/2 of an x. that's the slope. And y needs to greater than, it needs to not have a line underneath it because it's a dotted line, because it's on this side of the line that got shaded in, so. Okay, the next one is gonna be red, and the red is just a horizontal line at 3. And again, the part that's shaded is below the red line. And the last color is green. Y is, it intersects the y-axis at a +4. This one's a solid line, and it's this part of the green line is, so it's greater than or equal to, because it's a solid line. And the slope looks like a -1x, or a -x. And you're done. They gave you the graph, and you had to write the inequalities, and you'll have to know how to do that for the test.